Happy Halloween, everybody. Trick or treat, it's the NBA. We're glad to get spooky with you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, we're seeing a new trend in NBA practices. Coaches are marking the court in different ways to help players visualize where they need to be. Take, for example, a four-point line, rewarding players for stretching their shooting range. And a corner three, in some cases, is worth 4 points in practice. And that encourages players to take that high-value shot. There's a lot of coaches thinking outside the box by drawing new boxes on the court. Kevin?
A lot of talk about this, David. Some new ground certainly to look at. Thank you. While we get a break, let's take a look at the October standings out west. Take a look at the Spurs. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, there's the Clippers, a few slots below them.
And when you look at the Clippers, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. We've got Isaac. Ryan is out there with Paul. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Turner in at the 4. And for Los Angeles, under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's George in at small forward. Here's Paul. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. Well, Clark, we've got a terrific game here on Halloween. Growing up, what was it like trick-or-treating on your block?
Oh, it was wild and fun, and I actually outgrew trick-or-treating by the time I was about 11 or 12. I was just too tall to be out there in a costume begging neighbors for candy.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And Brian is the total platinum-level package. A lethal shooter, an exceptional defender, flat-out assassin on offense, and most importantly, this guy's a leader, too.
Now here's Bryant. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. Just 4 to shoot. And Shaq with the slam.
And when you're open, Paul will find you in a nanosecond. I mean, that's one thing that makes him really special.
Isaac with the steal. To the paint, and Shaq with the slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's the Clippers with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Beverly against Paul. Just 5 on the clock. And it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And a nice shot by Bryant.
The mid-range stroke of Bryant, you got to admire that. I mean, he's got a terrific feel from here.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Outside, George. A rebound by the Spurs.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Paul. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, we see Chris Paul get to the line a lot because he's always in attack mode, keeping constant pressure on his defenders.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
It's blocked by Shaq.
Love seeing O'Neal use his body to come up with those blocks. An imposing force and a pretty consistent defender as well.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard kicks to Williams. For 3.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
And Bryant wide open. He shoots. San Antonio again missing. Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly, the pass to Harrell. The 3 from George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Oh, Turner in position. Pass to O'Neal. On the wing, Bryant. Shoots it up. Gets a very good look and converts. Bryant's got 5 points so far.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Harrell. A shot off that time. Shaq with some nice deep. Williams against Bryant. Kobe draws the double. Isaac kicks to Turner. Back to Isaac. Ball outside. Here's Turner. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Clippers trail by 11. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's George. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And George able to adjust his shot there. A tough one to block when he does that.
Now here's Paul. There's the pass to Isaac. O'Neal with it. Defended by George. Kicks it out to Paul. Launches a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 5.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And the Spurs with some changes. Porter's checked in for Miles Turner, and Derek White subbed in for Bryant. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Down by 12. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
And, you know, it's never easy trying to win away from home. They were close, but just needed a little more push at the end.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now, here is George. He's coming off a 19-point game against Utah. Back to Williams. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go for him. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Porter kicks to Paul. Here's O'Neal. It's held in by Zubac.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And the first one goes.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Clippers trail by 15. Now Shaman. No points in the game yet for him. Here's George. And it's White with the rebound.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
That one goes. Counted.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Here's George following the bucket by the Spurs. No good from Zubac. Out to the right wing. White wide open. He fires. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one. And the Clippers call time here. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for the Clippers.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Ball outside. Gay right side. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Spurs lead by 21.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Zubac after Rudy Gay's bucket. Shamet the pass to George. George double team. Inside. Green. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. 1:29 left to play in the first. Shamet with the steal.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand. Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
The Clippers have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Now here's Paul. 7 points in the game. Over in the corner, White. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's George. They trail by 18. Here's Zubac. Back to George. Passes to Green. And here is Zubac. Clock at 6. Over in the corner, Harkless. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Portland Trail Blazers. Here's Paul. He feeds it to Gay. Kicks it out to Paul. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Now here's Harkless. Guarded by Porter. Green, no luck.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
White, good. And the Spurs lead by 20.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you got to push it and push it every time.
And so it's San Antonio closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014.
My inspiration really came from my mother, her dealing with stroke.
Now, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
Recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Spurs here, guys.
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Harkless is out there with Green. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's George in at the 2-guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 19. Shamet with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Can't cash in from close range. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And a wide open look for Porter. Misses the three. The Clippers shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Harkless the pass to Green. Clippers moving the ball around. And George kicks to Shamet. Here's Zubac. No good. Shot missing. San Antonio leading by 19. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit. Getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
A different look for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Williams comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Landry Shamet. Shots good by Turner. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great names. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Down low, Harrell. Good work defensively by Turner.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Beverly finds Williams. That's tipped. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Bryant. White drives in. Softly drops in the floater. White's got 6.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Williams, rejected by Kobe.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Turner out to White, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And early season power rankings, of course, a lot should change over the course of the year, but this is where we stand now. You look at the Clippers. They're locked in again at that 3rd spot. Not a bad place to be.
And right now, the Spurs, they're just so locked in right now. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I know it's still early in the season, but they may turn out to be the team to beat.
Leonard, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. And here's Leonard from 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. 5 points in the game.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
And White kicks to Gay. Pass to Turner. Now here's Bryant. 4 on the shot clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams. 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who changed teams, signing over $100 million each. Put that in perspective. Only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Bryant drives in, kicks it out to Gay. There's the triple. He drills the three-pointer. Gay's got his second basket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Harrell, the pass to Williams. And here is Harkless. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Williams can't get it to go.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end. And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
Beverly against White. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Here's Porter. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. Turner's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, Turner, the league leader in shot blocks a year ago, has great defensive instincts, stealing the ball, too.
Get there.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Williams. 4 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Los Angeles with another miss. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Bryant is doubled. Over Williams. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And that's now 9 points for Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, you got to know Bryant looking to shoot as soon as he gets the ball. The D can't give him any daylight.
And the Clippers call time here. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubats is checked in. Paul kicks to Porter. Bryant, that's for 2. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Poke loose. Here's Leonard. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Leonard's got 9.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
And it's Bryant in the corner. Over Williams. Almost, but it rolls out.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
It's stolen by Bryant. Paul kicks to Porter. Paul outside. The pass to Turner. Spurs working the ball around now. 17-foot shot on the way. Porter, no luck. Clippers trail by 20. Williams looking over the floor. Passes it to Leonard. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 11 points in the game. A minute 50 left now here in the second. Williams against Bryant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And you've heard the saying on death and taxes. The San Antonio Spurs might be that third thing you can count on.
Yeah, I agree. A model of consistency, and that starts with culture and chemistry and commitment. And they play smart, they play together, and they rarely beat themselves. That's one of the reasons the Spurs have been one of the greatest pro sports franchises in history over the last 25 years.
Here's Leonard. O'Neal with the rebound. O'Neal's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. It's good. 13 points for Kobe Bryant.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Now, here's Shamet. Defense is right there. It's George on the wing, guarded by Kobe. A 15-footer, and that one's good. George has got 9.
When PG-13 is feeling it, he can be an absolute monster from mid-range.
Bryant against George. Paul surveying the floor. Pass to Turner. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Now, here's Shamet, defended by Paul. George passes to Leonard. 5 to shoot. Here's Shamet. No good off the back of the rim. Paul outside. Shaq in the high post. Outside, Kobe. And that would have counted, but his shot. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game. You need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that...
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for San Antonio, Bryant is out there with Paul. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And there's Miles Turner. And it's Shaq in its center. Paul against Williams. Here's Isaac. And the space there, but it's offline.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And stolen by Harrell. Here's Beverly. Kicks it to Harrell. Outside Williams. That shot off the mark. And San Antonio will go the other way with it.
Ugly start. The second half, they've missed their first four. They've got to get on track.
Clark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hand, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about that three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. That's terrific. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Leonard. Shoots. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And it's set back by Leonard. Williams with a clean look. And the Clippers miss again.
He's been an absolute non-factor. Zero factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Paul kicks to Isaac. Here's Shaq. And the dunk by O'Neal. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 13 rebounds.
Really easy to appreciate Isaac, Kevin. I mean, a solid teammate who's always ready to share the sugar.
Outside, George. Now the pass to Harrell. Over to the left wing. Loads it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Green is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. San Antonio also making some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Shaq. Porter comes in for Isaac, and it's White in for Chris Paul. Bryant drives in. Porter. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Bryant's got his third assist on the night.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Passes it to Leonard. Over Gay. And it's Leonard missing. And so White will bring it up for San Antonio. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Outside Porter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And here's Bryant for three. Sinks the triple. Bryant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Kevin, when he catches the hot hand, good luck trying to slow him down. Plays so under control, can spot up, drive, create for himself a matchup nightmare.
Leonard against Gay. Leonard the pass to George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
Throw good, Paul George. Last season, the NBA announcing the launch of a league in Africa, along with FIBA. Clark, what do you think of that move?
I think it's another example, Kevin, of the globalization of the game and the NBA's intentional, purposeful way of expanding and continuing to grow the game for the sake of the business of basketball, which is a game that obviously you and I love.
And Clark, we see so many foreign players come into the NBA and play well. Not just play, but play well.
Yeah, and not just Africa, although a number of players from Africa, but a number of different countries have signed on. It could make for a more exciting league. You know, scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. First one falls for. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for Patrick Beverly. San Antonio also making some changes. O'Neal's checked in for Turner. And it's Jonathan Isaac in for Rudy Gay. Shamet kicks to Zubac. Back to Shamet. From deep. Los Angeles with another miss.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
Now, here's George. 11 points in the game. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's Bryant, and Kobe throws it down.
Well, you got to respect the speed of Bryant. He is so fast when he's got room to run.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now George, pass to Zubac. Shaq with some nice D.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
George against Bryant. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from George. Here's the Clippers. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand. Harkless, the pass to Zubac. Count it. Good.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
San Antonio calls timeout. Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Spurs. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Third is Chris Paul.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
San Antonio's gone 1-2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the inside, here's O'Neal. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Green. Back to Zubac. And George kicks to Zubac. Shot clock at 6. Pass to George. Fires from deep. San Antonio with the rebound. Isaac's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys. And I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding. And sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
Drops them both.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
Shoots over Zubac. San Antonio again missing. LA's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Now, here's Shamet. He's covered closely. Good. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Now, here's Paul. He's covered by Shamet. Left side, Porter. Back to Paul. The Spurs need to get a shot off here from past the arc. Another shot. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. And that one misses.
And O'Neal, clearly one of the biggest human beings you'll ever see. A mammoth of a man. About a seventh of a ton. And yet, unstoppable.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Back to Isaac. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. Misses from short range. The shot by Harkless, no good. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for San Antonio. They can look forward to San Francisco after this game and a matchup against Golden State. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. Here's Shaq, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Clippers get called for the foul. And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. That free throw missing. No luck that time either.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
George finds Zubac. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Williams with the ball. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
And, you know, you look at Isaac, and the first thing you notice, guys, is his length. This guy is really long, and that helps him on the defensive end.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Patrick Patterson. Landry Shamet is out there with Robinson. And it's Magruder in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Gabe passes to Kobe. Just 5 to shoot. And finished off by Bryant.
Bryant skying high to slam it home. Always looking to stuff with style.
And so here are the Clippers. Out to the wing. Now, here's Shamet. Tight defense on him. And the pass to Patterson for the 3. Not going to go that time. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. It's Porter outside. Offensive rebound. Turner finds Gay. And here's White. Outside Bryant. Over Robinson. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And that's now 28 points for Kobe Bryant.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Outside Robinson. Now, here's Shamet. White covering. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24. It goes now to the new number, 14 stone.
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
San Antonio making a switch here. Sumner's checked in. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Porter kicks to Gay. Left side, Turner. Low block shot. It's blocked, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Andrew Beverly is checked in for the Clippers. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Out left to the wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Patterson kicks to Beverly. Clock at 6. Here's Robinson. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Tries it from 9. The rebound by Patterson.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Magruder. The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. And Kobe, here we go, comes up empty down low. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Magruder passes to Kabengele. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now here's Patterson. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Sumner gets it to go.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now Beverly. Six to shoot. Back to Patterson. Fires the 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Kobe attacking and finish off by Bryant.
Yeah, and if you're going to give Bryant a lane to the rim, then you deserve to get dunked on. You know how tenacious he is when penetrating inside.
And Los Angeles guys shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Here's Magruder. And the Clippers miss again. And the dunk by Kobe.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Beverly dishes to Robinson. Knocked away. Kobe with the steal. Got a piece of it.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And the Spurs with some changes. Harkless finds Patterson. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And stolen by White. To the middle. A putback.
O'Neal doing a nice job using his body so well whenever he has the ball. A top-tier scorer for sure.
Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
White bounce pass. Out to the right wing. Paul passes to O'Neal. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. The Clippers have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Pass to Patterson. There's the dish to Robinson. With some arc, and it's sent back by O'Neal. The drive by Paul. Here's Porter. Here's O'Neal. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Here's Robinson. O'Neal with the defensive effort.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Porter, no luck. LA's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Pass to Magruder. He kicks to Patterson. Robinson against Paul. Pass to Magruder. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over White. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Isaac finds Paul. Back to Isaac. That shot missing, so Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important. Here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You'd love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Here's McGruder, light covering, and it's sent back by O'Neal. And he recovers it. Robinson against Paul, and they pick up 2. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 10 assists. On offense, here are the Clippers. And there's the pass to Patterson. Harkless with it. Porter with a block. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Alton, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.